Kazakhstan is one of the most multicultural countries in the world, consisting of representatives of more than 130 ethnic groups and nationalities. Each ethnicity has unique traditions, fantastic holidays, and fascinating history, as well as amazing recipes. Recipes for kindness and peace, and respect for our ancestors and other people's culture. This is Recipe for Friendship. Hello, this is Recipe for Friendship, and my name's Alevtina Madyarova. Throughout all the year, we've been together. We've spent holidays, cooked new dishes, and we've managed to learn a lot about the numerous nations and ethnicities living in our generous land of Kazakhstan. Now it's time to take a look back and recall the brightest memories of our previous year. The highlight of all the meetings of the previous year definitely was our meeting with the gypsies. We were singing, dancing, and watching all the brides. And of course, we've been telling our fortunes. I spread cards and tell your fortunes. I'll tell you the truth. And I'll predict your destiny. I'll show you the way to happiness. And I'll predict your destiny. I'll show you the way to happiness. Don't be so naive and carefree. Your man is handsome. He'll love you forever. He won't look for another girl. He'll love you forever. He won't look for another girl. Wherever gypsies live, they are always known as good horse breeders, snake charmers, and soothsayers. According to one theory, nomadic people learned the skills of prediction from Byzantium. Soon the glory of the gypsies as good fortune tellers spread all over the world. If you don't want to miss him, you want to be happy with him. You should put a feather of a plucked crow under your pillow. You should put a feather of the plucked crow under your pillow. And now you should spit 3 times when you reach your house. Superstitious men think that the gypsies are so good at magic and have the art of hypnosis. Therefore, a person should never make eye contact with a gypsy. Don't be sad because of my words. Don't be sad. Cross your palms with silver. Pretty. That was the gypsy method of earning money. People all over the world always want to know their fate. And your life will be long and sweet. It cannot be otherwise. You'll make everything this year. You'll get a promotion. I'm not sure whether it's hypnosis or not, but they really can confuse a person's mind with their talk and songs and dances. I've lied to you, my darling. From the beginning until the end, I've lied to you. I can conclude that gypsy women are not only good at dancing and singing, but they're also eloquent speakers. That's because it's not easy to earn money by telling fortunes. It's very important to be able to speak well, isn't it? Yes, it is. And can you believe me? Now, in the end of the year, I can tell you, all Auntie Luba's predictions have come true in the best way. Do you remember our New Year's celebration with representatives of the Ukrainian Ethno-Cultural Center? It was amazing. The table around which we gathered today is not a usual table. The Ukrainians call it Svyat Vecher, or Christmas Eve. Now the representatives of ethno-cultural centers in the Almaty city and its elder, Tamara Alexeyevna, will tell us everything about it. This is Christmas Eve. It means the end of the Nativity fast. Christmas Eve is the night before Christmas. All Orthodox Christians celebrate it on January 6th. Well, the house is cleaned and the table is covered with new tablecloth, and all family members receive new clothes for the holiday. It's time to set the festive table. The food is totally prepared for fasting. There's no meat, no eggs, and no chicken. There's nothing like that. The elder members of the family bring diduch. Diduch is an ancient symbol, a talisman of the home. It is considered that keeping it in touch with our ancestors, it guards the home and family. It looks like rye, wheat, or oat sheaf. This spirit wishes all the best to his house and his family. The hay on which kutia is placed is brought. Another symbol of Christmas Eve is kutia. It is placed on the table near the diduch. Kutia is made of wheat, a symbol of eternal life, honey, and the symbols of celestial bliss, poppy and raisins, which are symbols of richness. I want to support our elder, and I want to say that diduch is connected with our ancestors. It should be placed in the holiest place of the house. It should be placed on the table on Christmas Eve. And when I cook kutia, I always look back at my granny who taught us how to prepare for Christmas Eve. So kutia is the most beloved dish of our children. Why is that? It's because it consists of the best wheat, which should be pounded to make it easier to boil. Poppy is also added, but before that it needs to be pounded in a pounder. This is a special pounder, which is called a makitrina. The women pound the poppy, adding sugar, and the children wait for the pounder, just to lick it. So when the nuts and raisins and honey are added, all the ingredients have to be mixed. I don't know how it goes in other families, but in mine, my granny always told our dad to put money under the pounder. For New Year's, it would be rich, not only with wheat, but with money as well. So we start with the kutia. Elders light the candles and they pray, and they taste kutia. Then everyone can taste it. Well, today is a special evening when we can taste kutia, which cannot be cooked in any other way. So when will we eat it? Or do we have to light a candle before? Yes, at first we light a candle. And the elder lights the candle. Finally, after the prayer of the elder person, everyone in the house tastes kutia. Mind you, there are no spoons on the table, because each one has an individual one, and spoons shouldn't lie on the table. Also, there is an uzvar on the table. The uzvar is compote that consists of dry fruit, but it's not usual compote, because this fruit should be cooked in the oven in advance, so the drink has a little bit of a smoky taste. According to traditions, there are 12 dishes on the table, because it's equal to the number of apostles. Moreover, all the food is fasting food, because on Christmas Eve it is the last dinner of the Nativity fast. However, not only the people spend Christmas Eve. Evil spirits, witches, and ghosts are also on the watch, so protection for the house from evil spirits is one of the most important Ukrainian traditions. That's why they used to put iron under the tables, garlic in the corners, and poppies on the threshold of the cowsheds. It is considered that iron drives away all evil spirits. Children used to put hay under the table and put iron in the hay. They had to touch the iron by their bare feet, It is made for the bare feet to be strong. You know those Ukrainian superstitions, that if a witch milks a cow, the cow will give no milk anymore. So the owners of the cow would take poppy and go to their barn and scatter the poppy on the threshold of the barn. Because when a witch would come, she would start to collect poppy grains, and then she wouldn't get to the cow. She would get distracted. She won't get the cow. At the crack of dawn, when the rooster sings, all the evil spirits disappear. And so while she will be collecting the poppy, she won't have time to do something bad. I still cultivate the acquaintances of the people that I meet on Christmas Eve, and I can say that Recipe for Friendship helped me to make a lot of new friends. Moreover, I've learned a lot of new things. One of the most wondrous discoveries was the Kalmyk holiday, Zoll, a common birthday for the whole ethnicity. By the way, it is also celebrated in winter. The Zoll holiday symbolizes the start of the new year. In addition, Zoll is the birthday of all Kalmyk people. All the relatives, neighbors, and friends are invited. There are traditional foods on the table: butter, tea, meat, bortsak, and sweets. In the evening of that day, a special ritual is held. When it gets dark and the stars come out, the aged sanctuary is lit up, which is called the Boat of Life. The Zoll holiday is very special for the Kalmyk people. This day, the life-prolonging rite happens. The Kalmyks make a special boat made out of dough, in which the wicks are placed. The number of wicks are equal to the number of family members. Here the wick is made in a special way. And here we have dried grass, which is cut into a specific size. The amount should be equal to the age of the person according to Kalmyk calendar, plus 1 year. We should carefully pick together the stems of the grass and roll their tops into cotton wool. And then we should soak the cotton with clarified butter. After that, the bundles are put from left to right, according to the seniority of the family members. When the Boat of Life is ready, this sanctuary light has to be lit up, and the people should say their prayers or wishes. If someone from the family is absent during the ritual, someone of the present family member will pray for the absent person. Mother for daughter, father for son. After that prayer, everyone gets 1 more year older. It's very important for Nasna Zul, the age sanctuary lamp. It has to be extinguished by itself. No one should blow it out. Meanwhile, we are recalling all the brightest moments of the expiring year. Meeting with Korean ethnicity was an extremely interesting thing. We've been cooking fragrant kuksi, trying on Korean outfits, and playing musical instruments. But the most mesmerizing moment for me was a dance with drums, which was performed by girls from Namson Ensemble. From ancient times, drums are used in many rituals, ceremonies, and sacred purposes in various cultures. People used them to call rain, to gather crowds, to encourage a warrior to perform feats. Shamans usually did such things. Interestingly, according to the Korean traditions, fragile girls deal with that heavy and big drum. Despite the modern dance mainstreams of the Korean people, they do not forget the traditional choreography. And drums are an integral part of dancing. These drums are an ancient version for them. The rains were called and evil spirits were expelled with the help of this kind. Today, the modern version of the drum is used for dancing. And in spite of the rule, the newer and smaller, and this one is much larger than all the previous. Korean dances should hold a story inside of them. The drums are not an exception, and the performance of telling about these drums, which became a temptation for the Korean monk who is finally falling for his weakness. It may take a year to learn this art. We start with the right hand from the right drum.
Да. Дальше.
Carols are one of my favorite New Year traditions. Children and sometimes even adults put their outfits on, and then with jokes and songs and stories, they go door to door and ask for treats. In the Panfilov village near Almaty, Pontic Greeks show us their own version of Christmas carols. There are many things in Greek traditions which can be taught to us by the young people: the Greek language, dancing groups, and costumes and holidays. Children also respect their origins and traditions, especially when they're associated with fun and entertainment. The Pontic Greeks are also crypto-Christians, so that's why in their holidays and rites, there are many similarities with Orthodox traditions. For example, Kalanda. In Russian carols, this usually happens at Christmas or in the New Year, but in this case, it's in the Old New Year, from the 13th to the 14th of January. Youth, children, and adults often wear animal costumes, paint their faces, and sing with noisy songs as they visit houses, to sing songs and beg for treats. Songs that are sung for caroling wish all the best to their hosts. Children are given sweets as a reward. While we are spending our New Year in the wide and multicultural Kazakhstan, our fellow citizens living abroad are also celebrating, and they send us their greetings. In December, the best Kazakhstani musicians have gathered together in the middle of Paris to put on an incredible concert. And how we notice that during our conversation, even throughout many years, all of them are feeling the connection with their motherland. I wish everyone a Happy New Year, and let these concerts be the byword of our friendship among all nations. New Year and Christmas. I wish all of you a very Happy New Year. What can I wish? The most important thing is world peace, not upsetting surprises or no mass disturbances. I hope everything will go on in a peaceful way, so I think that this is the most important thing. Happy New Year! I wish you all happiness, health, and many smiles to always be on your face, and that the skies would always be peaceful. This is the most important. As it turned out, the Kazakhstani people, who embrace everyone under their large shanarak, also are able to get integrated anywhere in the world. And as soon as one of them suggests to gather, all of them who found time in their packed calendar immediately accepted the invitation. All of this means that our recipes for friendship are increasing in number, becoming more generous, richer, and kinder. Let your table always be full of fragrant dishes of different cuisines, and your house be full of gentle people and welcoming guests. Our program Recipe for Friendship will meet you again in 2017. Happy New Year and see you again soon.